Hey yo, what's good though? Soul here, and welcome back to my story mode. So at this point, we've had about a handful of conversations regarding a couple of possibilities when it comes to Pokemon Legends ZA. However, there's still plenty of aspects that we still have yet to have a conversation about. One of those things, as you've seen in the title and thumbnail, is the customization aspect. Now, under normal circumstances, this doesn't even really need to be a conversation considering the fact that Pokemon games for the last decade have had customization at all. From 5th gen to 6th gen, we went from preset characters to completely customizable characters. And then from 6th gen to 9th gen, we have been able to completely alter the character in so many different ways that they're not even recognizable as their defaults. In some ways, we've taken a lot of incredible strides when it comes to customization in Pokemon games. But at the same time, we've taken some really heavy steps back as well. I have absolutely no idea what kind of conversations have been happening in those development rooms, but when it comes to the customization, we have taken so many steps back in the last 2 years that it is baffling to me. We went from 8th generation with some of the most customization options in the entire series to preset outfits in the remakes. What the hell happened? And then of course Legends came along, and because of that era we were super limited, and then Scarlet and Violet completely limited us because we can't even get out of our school uniforms at any point in time. We've talked about this a million times by now, right? The customization in the last couple of games have been whack. Hence why I believe it more than fair for me to voice some of my hopes and wishes when it comes to the customization aspects in Legends ZA. So instead of just yapping about what didn't happen, why don't we go ahead and chit chat about what could happen. So go ahead, grab an entire bucket of fried rice with some sugar and milk, mix that all together for some soup, and let's talk about some of the customization aspects that I would like to see going into Pokemon Legends ZA. For starters, let's go ahead and focus on the character themselves, the model, the one that we're going to be playing as, the player character. Over the years, Pokemon has loosened up and given us a lot of customization options when it comes to the character themselves. We could change their skin color, we could change their eye color, we could change their hair color, we could change their eye shape, we could change what kind of moles and other blemishes that they have sometimes, and that's really cool. I could really appreciate that. However, as an avid Pokemon fan that's been playing the game for most of his life, why can't I have a little bit of a beard? It doesn't have to be anything crazy, like a goatee or something, but just a little beard on the edge of my chin or something like that for my character? That's too much to ask for? Now, of course you're probably thinking, well, a child would not have a beard or anything like that, and you know what? That's valid, because we play as kids throughout most of these games. But that's the thing. Why? This is now the third potential game in which I don't see any reason for us to have to play as a child. In Pokemon Legends Arceus, we got sent to the past. That could have been anybody. Why did it have to be a 15-year-old kid? In Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Yuva and Naranja Academy are treated like colleges. Why are we playing as children? What's going on here? Assuming that Pokemon Legends ZA is going to take a very similar approach to Pokemon Legends Arceus, we're likely going to be playing in the distant past. But why does that mean that we have to play as a child? Story-wise, because Legends Arceus took place so far in the past, you guys didn't really treat the story like it was that much of a big deal. So, in turn, if a similar situation is happening with Legends ZA, I see no reason as to why we can't play as something of a somewhat adult at the very least. I simply see no reason as to why we need to be limited to a specific age. And going back to what I said earlier, why can't we have something like a beard, or at least a little bit of peach fuzz in that area, you know what I'm saying? Hell, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet didn't even do bad with the face customization stuff, so let's do that again, but better at this time. Let's have some more eye shapes right off the bat. Let's have multicolor eyes. Let's have a slit eyebrow or something like that. 9 times out of 10, most faces on planet Earth are built completely differently, so I feel like we should be able to emulate that a little bit. Anyway, moving on, why don't we talk about the clothing aspect a little bit? I'm sure I and a lot of other people at this point in time have mentioned a good couple of times now that we have absolutely no idea what timeline or era this game takes place in. Without that very important knowledge, we have no idea how these characters are going to be dressing. All we know is that it takes place in Kalos, which is essentially their equivalent of France. And assuming that this game takes place in the past, much like its predecessor, we're probably going to get a lot of interesting French uniforms from like the 18 and 1900s or something like that. That's a guess, by the way. please don't get on me for that. Anyway, we don't know when this takes place, and therefore, we don't really know what kind of outfits we're going to be getting, so I can't really make any heavy requests on that. One thing I do feel fair enough to ask for is how these outfits work for us this time around. For example, if we have something of a set outfit, we should be able to use both halves of that outfit separately, whether it be some kind of coat, a shirt, a pants, all three individual things. In Pokemon Legends Arceus, we got like a default version of the Team Galaxy fit, and honestly, I thought that went kind of hard. However, because it's a set outfit, you cannot separate the pieces from that outfit, and unfortunately, it ended up getting left behind pretty quickly after you got access to customization options. I can't lie, playing through the game again, I'm still a little bit upset about that because I would have loved to rock that Team Galaxy overcoat thing that they wear because it looks really nice. I would have loved to mix and match that with a bunch of other different shorts and shoes and stuff like that. Having it as a set fit is fine, but once you have it in your arsenal, you should be able to wear each of those things individually. Why the hell not? I feel like this would be a little bit of a win-win too, because at least this way, now it's less likely for outfits to get completely left behind, because 9 times out of 10, nobody wears that outfit ever again throughout their playthrough of Pokemon Legends Arceus. So let's not do that again. And then, on a similar note, we should be able to dye each individual clothing piece that we have. I've played a lot of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild as well as Tears of the Kingdom, and one of the most beautiful mechanics that those games have is the fact that you are able to dye any piece of clothing that you want, any color that you want, as long as you have the proper materials to do so. Once again, assuming that this game is going to follow in the footsteps of its predecessor, in a game where we're going to be collecting a lot of materials, I don't see a reason as to why we wouldn't be able to use some of those materials to color certain articles of clothing whatever color we want. If we're able to do that, then we could get really creative with some of our outfits, and I think that would just make everybody a lot happier if that was an option. And then lastly, when it comes to the clothing, I would really appreciate it if we could save presets. If I make an outfit that has me dripped out of my mind, and I really want to wear it, but I already have another outfit that's kinda nice, I should be able to go back and forth between the two of them instantly. Why not? I can't believe a Dragon Ball game managed to do this before a Pokemon game. Like, what's going on, guys? Let's make this happen here. So that just about wraps it up for the general clothing stuff. Why don't we go ahead and talk about hairstyles for a minute? Now, of course, I'm not going to completely knock them and disregard all of the improvements that they have made over the years when it comes to hairstyle options. They've been getting a little bit better here and there. Of course, we would like it if we had more options though, because there's really not all that much math to be done here. More hairstyles equals better customization. Nothing to it. Me personally, I think it's more than fair to believe that we should have an abundance of choices by now, considering the fact that the models have gotten much better over time and we've had a lot of different hairstyles over the multiple years that we've been able to change them within the series by now. I want two very simple things when it comes to the hairstyles. One, I need one of y'all to go out there and study some black hairstyles, for God's sakes. We have more than afros and fades. I promise you, we have more than that. I say we, by the way, because apparently a couple of people didn't know this. I am a black man. I guess it didn't sound like it, but yeah, I'm black. And as a black man that plays a lot of games with customization options, I've come to understand that this is a very common problem within the gaming space. We don't gotta get too much into it, but I feel like we definitely offer a lot more than buzz cuts, fades, afros, and dreads. Just get out there and study a little bit, y'all. You know what would make things a lot easier though when creating hairstyles? Probably getting as anime as you possibly can. So, why in the world will we go even more anime with Pokemon than we already are? That would be absolutely ridiculous for this world. Nobody's gonna rock a hairstyle like Goku. Have you seen literally any gym leader in the entirety of this franchise? If Iono is allowed to rock 2 different colors and Magnemites in her hair, I don't think it would be all that weird for us to have a couple of spikes here and there. I'm just saying, when it comes to the main character's sense of style, I feel like they have the legroom to loosen up a little bit. But when it boils down to it, I just simply want more hairstyles. That's it. Plain as day. So the last thing that I feel I should probably bring up is, we should have more access to accessories. Like I mentioned earlier, we still have absolutely no idea what era this game is going to take place in. but at the same time, it's not like I'm expecting like access to big gold earrings or Gucci watches or something like that. But I don't think simple stuff like wristbands or armbands or a band-aid on the face or some kind of earrings would be all that much to ask for. Hell, let us put a fun patch or two on whatever outfits we are wearing. Maybe if we have jackets, maybe we could patch on like some kind of styling of a Pokemon that we like or something. I don't know, just let us style a little bit more when it comes to the accessories. It's nice that you guys have made sure to include glasses and beanies and stuff like that in the previous couple of games. That's great and all, but people usually wear a lot more accessories than just beanies and glasses. I'm just saying, man, how many games let you put in a hairpin, huh? just think about it. That's all I request. So yeah, that actually just about wraps it up for this one. Once upon a time, I made a very similar video for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and I was thoroughly disappointed when we actually did get Scarlet and Violet in terms of customization. So yeah, a couple of things may be repeated here and there. I didn't watch the video again, so I can't really confirm that, but I just make this in hopes that they actually learned from a lot of their mistakes with these previous games in terms of customization, and really just let loose and let us get a little more free when it comes to decorating the character the way we want. Let's just hope that these extra couple of months that they're taking actually allow them to research what people wear in real life, but I'm gonna back off because hey, that's just me. Alright, so that just about does it for this one. As far as customization goes, I really do hope that they really buckle down and really just do their research and really just open up to the possibilities of being able to actually customize our characters and stuff like that, because I've played way too many like modern day RPGs with just so many customization aspects that it's just so frustrating going back to Pokemon and having such limiting options, especially in Legends Arceus. Like, Legends Arceus isn't bad, but it's not the most amazing. You know what I mean? But maybe that's just a me thing. You can disagree. That's totally fine. But me personally, I felt it was a little limiting. But whatever. We've talked about that enough. So I'm going to go ahead, toss the mic over to you, and you go ahead and tell me everything you guys are thinking in the comment section below. Do you guys think that we're actually possibly in for some really good customization options, that they've learned from their previous mistakes, and we're going to get a lot of different accessories and new ways to wear clothing, and we'll be able to mix and match and dye them like I said in this video? Or do you think that they're probably going to keep it very limited? They're probably going to focus more on the gameplay aspect, and decorating our character probably won't be on the forefront of their minds. Tell me everything that you guys are thinking in the comment section below, because you know for a fact that I am always going to be down there with you guys. But with that, it does appear to be Skedaddle O'Clock, and I'm going to do just that. So, I'd like to thank you guys ever so much for watching. I truly do hope you enjoyed. Do me the greatest favor, dropping a like and a comment, and consider subscribing for more content just like this here. And with that, I'm gone. So, thanks again, hope you enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Do me the greatest favor for taking good ass care, and I'll see you all next time.